whether it be you timing their sidestep, whether it be you getting a PV. It just means that a sacrifice had to be made, and you being able to play well and stay on the battlefield is one of my favorite character types. I love characters like that. It's why I've always praised the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta tag switch character, because I really think that they are such a well-designed tag switch character. I think they're great. The formula of Goku has hard-hitting single moves, Vegeta has long comboing card arts with low cost and high key recovery and card draw speed, just being able to tag between the two just to get your vanish back at the end. It's just clever. Whoever made that character was cooking. He had the whole kitchen to himself and he cooked up a 5-star meal. That was great. Applies the following effects to self when the battle starts. Charge unique gauge by 20%. 120% do damage inflicted. Oh. We're getting there, aren't we? 120%. Traditionally, these characters were sitting at 110%. Now, I know this doesn't necessarily mean that overall as a kit, Broly's going to have more total damage inflicted, but it's more of the implication of them seeing that so many LFs prior to him had 110%. They think, okay, now's the time for us to move the dial a tiny bit and introduce more power creep. So they gave him another 10%. It's just the fact that they've increased the number by 10% for one singular LF like this that you can understand their thought process of wanting to introduce more levels of power. Reduce damage received by 70%. We will very soon see 75. I genuinely think before the year ends, we will see 75% here. I honestly do think we will. At some point, it's going to happen. Annie gets to level 1 card draw speed, so pretty good stuff. Following effects occur when he shows up on the field. Randomly draw 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer. Restore on key by 30. 50% do damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, activates once, applies buff effect, nullify cover changes to self for 5 timer counts. Notice he's the character that has it when he shows up on the field. So this is not Broly needing to land a card. This is not Broly needing to activate a card. This is Broly being on the field. So the very second he shows up, you have 5 timer counts of cover and all, so don't waste it. He also inflicts the enemy with -1 card draw speed. Pretty nice. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast. 15% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Apply buff effect, nullify enemies. Reduce key effects for 10 counts. Activates once. And activation count resets after character switch. Without a doubt, Pan is already pretty much out the door. She's walking the plank. But stuff like this is without a doubt going to be the reason why she's adiosed. Eventually, card destruction is going to be the far more powerful effect. So characters like Ultimate Gohan, Evil Boo, Shin, these guys are going to be taking the helm all because they also destroy cards. That's going to be the more appropriate defensive power creep versus reducing key, because more and more characters are going to be showing immunity to it. Activation counts when character switch, yep. Applies the following effects to self when this character defeats an enemy, activates once. Randomly draw at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Restore health by 10%, key by 50, restore vanish gauge by 100%, another 20% to damage inflicted, increases card draw speed by 1 level for 15 counts. Activation count is shared before and after transforming. Okay. So pre-transform Broly can also waste his vanish restoration after transforming? Sorry, before transforming? Okay, let's read the rest of the kit before we judge this. Unique ability 2. Get a special cover change against strike arts, cover health, and nullify unfavorable element factor damage just through a normal cover change, so Broly can stay powerful even without a special one. Also, the unique gauge will charge with each arts used, and the damage inflicted will increase when the gauge is full. And with nullification of enemy special cover changes, no one will be able to interfere with Broly's increased firepower. Unless you're UG4... Unless you're UG4, where's my asterisk? Where's my asterisk? Unless you're UG4, yippee. Doc Henry back to long range of a cover change performed against a strike arts, chainable with the blue. Plus the following effects to self when changing cover. Recover health by 15% and key by 30. Activates once. Nullify unfavorable factors for damage sustained for 10 counts. Activates 3 times. This is understandable given that there's so many powerful blue characters right now in the meta. Charges own unique gauge each time this character uses an arts card when they're on the battlefield. Applies the following effects to self once the unique gauge is full. Randomly draw one new card. Restores 30 ki. Another 20% damage inflicted. 30% damage inflicted for 5 counts. He gets cover nullification for 5 counts as well. The following effects occur when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Restore own health by 10%. Oh my goodness, I need to wait a second. I'm like choking. Oh, talking too much. Restore own health by 10%. Shorten ally substitution count by 1. Reduce enemy ki by 20. This Broly has so much healing. So he gets 15% when he changes cover. He gets 10% every time he gets hit. Activates 3 times. And he gets 50% off of his main ability. That's amazing. Broly can double up as both a hyper offensive guy and a sponge. That's pretty cool. Shorten ally sub count by 1 and reduce enemy ki by 20. So this activates 3 times. He's able to reduce ki by 20 3 times. Interesting. Alright, legendary Super Saiyan Broly. This is now post transformation. Oh, there's so much to this kit. So he has blast armor again, normal blast cards. His blue card, pierce through enemy endurance. The more enemy battle members there are, the more Broly's damage inflicted will go up. His blue card will deal massive explode damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Nullify endurance effects when this character attacks for 3 counts. So, oh my god. Yeah, so you can miss the blue card and then hit them with a rush anti-endurance. Applies attribute upgrade minus 20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 counts as well. Also applies the following effects to self according to the number of enemy remaining battle members. If they have 3 battle members, 50% blue card damage, 2 battle members 30%, 1 battle member 20%. That's how you know you're a raw character. The more foes you have, the stronger you are. You just don't care. Pretty good. The reason why I think this stands out is because of the beginning of the fight. When you're trying to kill a character like UG4, having you be at maximum power is probably the idea. You want to snap it right when you get the chance, and that's what this is. I think that's what the whole objective was. So effects and more on hit. Plus the following effects do self upon activation. Randomly draw 1 new card. We have 3 or fewer. Restore health by 10%, ki by 50, 20% to damage inflicted. Vods card next. Restore on health by 30%. Another 30%. Jesus, Broly's just not gonna die, dude. Holy crap. Ki by 50. Nullify own unfavorable element factors. Cancel own attribute downgrades in normal conditions. Definitely gearing you up to deal with LF Super Vegito, so it makes sense. Unique ability 1. Both offense and defense will get huge buffs upon transforming. After transforming as well. As well as when Broly enters the battlefield, defense will also be strengthened via a debuff to enemy arts, power, and more. The following effects occur after transforming. You get another 15% damage inflicted, plus 60% to ki recovery. Nullify unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 20 counts, and all enemies are hit with minus 15% to strike and blast arts power. And inflict the enemy with minus 20% to special move, ultimate, and awaken arts power for 10 counts. They weren't playing around. They finally realized they need Broly to be a machine, and this guy is definitely a machine. I don't know what it is with these Dragon Ball games, but for some reason they always make Broly's glass cannons, and it doesn't make any sense. Broly's like the tankiest character in all of Dragon Ball. You see a guy eat a Kamehameha at close range and laugh it off. Why would that dude be a glass cannon? In Dokkan, he's a glass cannon. But now, in Legends, he was a glass cannon. The Ultra one was Stargated, but even then, he felt like a glass cannon. And then, the LF Broly was the same scenario. But now, maybe this one's going to break the curse, and he's going to be an absolute machine. Whew. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draw 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restore on ki by 30. Nullify cover changes for 5 counts. Enemies hit with minus 1 card draw speed. Inflict enemies with... Whoa, another one. So after transforming, all enemies have 15% reduced strike and blast arts power. When Broly shows up on the field, they're hit with another minus 15%. And inflicts all enemies with minus 20%. Damn! Broly's a beast. Holy crap, all this weakening, all this sponging. Inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade, minus 20% to special move, ultimate, and awakened arts power. Broly's a machine. This is insane. Just stripping away so much power. Plasma Following effects to self. Every time he uses a Striker Blast Arts card, he gets 15% damage inflicted. He nullifies reduced key effects, and this activation count resets after character switch. Plasma Following effects to self. When this character defeats an enemy, randomly draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Restore health by 10%, key by 50. Restore vanish 20% to damage inflicted. Level 1 card draw speed. Yeah, so that's the same. Okay. Unique ability 2. One time only, nullify the enemy's cover and special cover changes against Broly Strike and Blast Arts, and deal damage on top of that. Returning to standby will reset the activation count, so keep in mind that this can be used twice. So now he has a cover change against... Oh no, it's still strike attack. Chainable with the blue. The following effects occur when changing cover. Restore health by 15% and key by 30. Nullify unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 20 counts. Reduce enemy key by 50. Wow. This can just keep happening. Reducing key by 50. It performed against this character's strike or blast attack. Nullify enemies cover change or special actions that... So you can do this twice, but unlike Ultra UI, Broly doesn't need a condition of a defeated ally. So Broly can just do this after he returns back to the battlefield, which is really strong. Following effects occur if a cover change or special actions is nullified. Restore key by 30. Cancel on attribute downgrades that are normal conditions. Deal impact damage. Inflicts enemy with the attribute downgrade minus 100% to health restoration. Oh wait, but UG4's gauge removes all of your attribute downgrades that are normal conditions. Okay, never mind. Damn, I was gonna say this would be massive for stripping away his healing. Oh wait, but no, this still applies, doesn't it? Because Super 17 does the same thing too. He reduces health restoration upon blast darts. Yo, that's sick. UG4's gauge may not be as strong for keeping him alive anymore. The damage from this attack cannot cause the enemy to be defeated, and you can chain in everything, which is pretty nice. But this is the insane part. This is what I mean. So let's say you land one strike card in UG4. He has 80% of his health. Your opponent wants to do a cover change next. His impact damage from this will be, we don't know how much it's going to be, but maybe it brings him down to 50% of his health, and it's the beginning of the fight. Your opponent has maybe, I don't know, maybe he has his full team up, and you can smack him with a blue card. This could be enough of a combo to actually kill UG4 before that gauge procs. Charges on unique gauge every time this character uses an arts card while they are on the battlefield. Once the unique gauge is full, it resets to 0 and applies the following effects. Randomly draw most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Restore health by 10%, key by 30, 20% to damage inflicted, another 30% to damage inflicted for 5 counts, and he nullifies cover changes. So he basically has UVBs, a gauge as well, except he draws 2 cards versus 1 strike card, and he gets the 30% damage and healing, so it's more. Yeah, Broly looks really damn strong. When you combine the fact that he has so much reduced power, he has so much health recovery, he has the lock-in from the switch that deals damage, and Broly has the whatchamacallit. There's one more thing. Where is it? The reduced key effects that a lot of support units nowadays are being used. Broly looks like he's a machine. He looks to be very, very strong. I just want to double check something. So 120%, 50%. So he's sitting at 170 here. 170. I'm not going to count this yet. 170. If you defeat an enemy, you get 20%. I'm not going to count that just for now. Just to say, what is Broly's baseline offense looking like without anything unique going on? Charge unique gauge, you get another 20% there. When he transforms, I'm pretty sure he gets another 15%. Yeah, damn, Broly's multipliers are really damn high. I think it's a little bit above Ultra UI's, but he also has stacking damage. Isn't UI sitting in the low 200s and then he stacks 20%? And then Broly is sitting at a little bit higher in the 200s and he's able to stack up 15%. Yeah, Broly looks like a machine. He's looking like a really good unit. We'll have to see in game. I'm definitely looking forward to when he drops, but be on the lookout for the showcases because that's all happening next week, it looks like. So this is all a early look into what the character can do. But you let me know in the comment section below how you feeling. How do you feel about Dragon Fist Zenkai Awakening? How you feeling about everything? But until next time, guys, peace.
What up, ꞉Connors? So about a month ago, at the start of the 9-year anniversary, I made you guys this video telling you to not spend your special stones during the 9-year anniversary. Don't spend your coins, don't do any of that stuff until the very end. Why? Because of Global's gift that has been Global Foresight. Over the last 9 years, Global players have been able to foresee what is coming up on the JP side of the game and use that as an early warning system to prepare for potential EZAs, Dokkan Festival releases, and things like that. It has been honestly very convenient. But now, since that is going to be coming to an end because of the unification, this is essentially our last celebration where we can utilize this. So I promised you guys that I would make a follow-up video at the end of the 9-year anniversary, and that is what I'm doing right now. We are going to be talking about the premium Dragon Stones, the paid ones, the TOR, the LR. But some of these characters will still remain after that. So if you guys have been subscribers, I'm still on autopilot there. I'll be going through this very slowly and methodically. If you guys are veteran ꞉Connors, you've already picked up your characters, you probably won't be benefiting as much from this. And if you want to leave your own thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, feel free. These are my thoughts and opinions. If you disagree, by all means, share it down below. So let's start from the coin stuff. We'll talk about the coins and then we will go into the special stones. Now, for those of you who don't know, 10 coins are earned for every full price 10 unit multi, aka 50 Dragon Stones. In order to pick up 500 coins, and 500 coins is typically what you would need to pick up one of the better characters, you would have to spend 2,500 Dragon Stones. That is the equivalent of 50 full price multis. 2,500 Dragon Stones. Why am I telling you this? Because you want to make these coin purchases count. You want to be making sure you pick up a unit that can retain value for as long as possible. That means a good character, a character with the least amount of dupes that you might have. You want to pick a character that can age well, who could fit teams that you're looking for. There's a bunch of different factors that you might want to consider before making a coin purchase. And so that is why this video is going to be helpful for some of you guys. This has always been like the common slogan, always prioritize Dokkan Festival LRs. The same logic can be applied to the Carnival LRs, right? Because the best characters are the most expensive. 500 red coins, 500 green coins. Those are the types of units you want to be purchasing, not the lesser ones, the 200 coin ones on the main crispy ones. So let's talk about the timeline. Let's talk about where units are so useful to wait until the end of the anniversary before making these decisions. Besides Global Foresight, about picking up LR Broly, right? You buy LR